Dr. Charlie Powell. I'm a physician, been a physician for about 29 years. One of the most significant parts of my career was my military career. At age 19, I enlisted in the Army. I was a combat medic, and it was a rewarding job. I knew I wanted to get into medicine at that point, that I figured it would be a great way to start my career and be something great at some point as I applied for medical school. Well, incidentally, as I finished my medic training, Operation Desert Shield became Operation Desert Storm, and all of our lives changed really quick. You know, I won't go into details, but there were great experiences that we had after that, deployments and different stressors that most 19-year-olds aren't equipped to handle, let alone anybody at any age for that matter. So lo and behold, after the Gulf War died down, I got to finish my undergraduate degree. I eventually got accepted to medical school, and at that point got picked up for a scholarship from the U.S. Navy. Went to medical school, got out, and after about 16 years from start to finish, it was time for me to start my career in the military. But I think what every service member doesn't realize when they get out of the military is what I call the final trauma. It's a trauma that most every service member goes through. It's the trauma of separation. About a year after I separated from the Navy, I ended my career with a conflict in Afghanistan and Iraq going on again. That was still going on hot and heavy. I had some survivor's guilt related to getting out when I did, feeling like I needed to serve my role. That struck me pretty hard and deep, but I was miserable. And I remember after about a year, my wife and I were upstairs in a small room in our house watching TV, and she was just like, "Why are you so angry and miserable?" And I didn't realize it at the time, but I was already exhibiting symptoms of PTSD. But I thought I was just upset at being separated. I finally recognized that one day, and I started searching for, what can I do? I've got PTSD. I'm a shell of myself. I work during the day, long hours. I make it through the day. The medication's the only thing to get me through, and then I come home at night, I'd crash. Get straight into bed, 6, 7 p.m., 8. I'd eat over the stove, go to bed. And I wasn't a father. I wasn't a good husband. I went into great detail, interviewed several clinics. And when I was able to talk to the medical experts at Beond and hear their level of understanding, down to a level that me as a scientist and a medical physician understood, I realized I was at the right place. And I knew it as soon as I walked through those doors. It was just reaffirmed. I showed up, like I said, to an environment of warm, loving people, all standing at the door to greet me when I got there. And it really eased a lot of my discomfort. Tom, CEO of Beond, showed me a picture of myself when I first checked in. I was about 25 pounds heavier than I am now. Bloated, red, angry looking, and unrecognizable to who I see in the mirror now. But that was all from the careful collaboration of a system that's been designed. It's a lot more than just treatment with a medication. It's a lot more than just counseling. It's a system. Massages, great food, counseling, yoga, Watsu, Qigong, sound therapy, breathing therapy, meditation. Now, if you're like I was prior to coming into this, you might look at some of that and go, "Oh God, I don't know if I do it." It is the magic mix that goes along with the drug, with the medication, the medications that are used for treatment of the PTSD. My promise to you, if you're a veteran, if you're a first responder, my promise to you is that this is a great program. I put my life on the line to come here. And that's a little hard for me to say. But I told my wife that day at the airport when she dropped me off, I'm not coming back. What I meant by that version of me was not coming back. I wasn't coming back until I was the best version of myself to come back.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
And cut.